Hi everyone! Welcome again to my channel. Again, this is Alistair Apale alias Emma Watson. So please subscribe, like, and share. And do not forget to click the yellow bell button, okay? So again, do not forget to subscribe my channel, Alistair Apale, and also try to press or click the like button, and also you can also write or post your comment in the comment section, okay? But do not forget to subscribe my channel and also to click the yellow bell button so that once another video will be uploaded in my YouTube channel, you will be notified right away. Okay, so before we start with our session in this video, let me shout out first, or someone asked me to shout out. Okay, so shout out ko lang yung mga friends ko from section, what I mean is, shout out ko lang yung section 7 Bigonia, Lilac, Gladiola, and Magnolia from Davao City National High School. Teacher nila, math teacher nila, si Ma'am Emmy Dihega. Hello, Ma'am Emmy Dihega. I'm happy to shout out Ma'am Emmy Dihega in my YouTube channel. Okay. Another thing also, I would like to shout out section grade 7 Azucena from Davao City National High School, and also grade 7 Sampaguita and 7 Sunflower, and their math teacher, Mrs. Holly Jane Mata, the most gorgeous and intelligent math teacher. Also, Mom Emmy is also an intelligent teacher. And another thing also, shout out for grade 8 manga also under Mrs. Holly Jane Mata. Another a friend of mine, shout out ako kay Mrs. Dagpin, Marie France Estopa Dagpin, si Ma'am Dagpin from so shout out ko ang kanyang section, grade 7 Tulip. And also, of course, one and only, the only one who requested me to discuss this topic about factoring or common monomial factoring, which will be our main focus in this video discussion. So, gi-request ito ni not Mrs., so sorry, Miss Jocelyn Gonzalez. Okay, hello, Mami. Shout out ko lang yung section niya. Grade 8 Granada. Mubutuhay ni sila. Grade 8 Granada from Davao City National High School also, and grade 8 Marang. So, grade 8 Mansanas, grade 8 Atis, under Miss Jocelyn Gonzalez. So shout out ko lang ang kanilang mga students there. Hello there. Do not forget to like, share, and click the subscribe button or the yellow bell button in order for you to be notified once there is a new video discussion that will be uploaded in my channel. Okay, so I hope everybody will, before you continue watching the video, I want you to please subscribe or click subscribe in my YouTube channel. Okay, and also you can drop your comments below in this video. Okay, so shall we start? So let's start with our discussion. Actually, the one that asked me to, or someone requested me to um, discuss or share this lesson about common manufacturing, as I mentioned, Ma'am Jocelyn Gonzalez, because she wanted her student to learn more about common monomial factoring. Okay, it's part of the module in grade 8. But if you are not grade 8, feel free to learn about this topic. This is so exciting. Are you excited? I hope you do. No choice. Okay, so let's have it. Let's go on. Okay. So as what I've said, our topic this afternoon will be something related to finding the greatest common factor. So finding the greatest common factor, which involves in polynomials as common monomial factoring. So our topic will be something related to finding the greatest common factor and relate it to a polynomial. That's why we have a focus as, or our discussion will be focusing on the common monomial factoring. Are you ready? I hope everybody is ready. So it's very important for us to be guided with our guide questions, or not guide question, I mean the objectives or learning competency that we have in this video discussion. So do not forget, I want you to be guided with this objective. Sorry, I stand corrected there. It must be objective, because there is only one objective in this video discussion. So our objective in this session will be, we are going to factor polynomials with common monomial factors. I'm so sorry, please bear with me. There are a lot of souls outside. You can hear the voice of the souls. Maybe there are all ghosts outside. That's why they are very noisy, perhaps. Okay, so much for that. I want you to be to focus on the objective about factor, or our main objective in this video is to factor polynomials with common monomial factors. Are you ready? I hope you do. Okay, so there is a theme song outside. So here are the guide questions. I want you to be guided with the guide questions during our discussion in this video. So the first one, we have it. What is GCF? So in this lesson, after this lesson, I want you to find the answer about this concept. What is GCF? How to find the GCF? So that's the first question that I want you to answer during the discussion. Next, what is the difference between GCF and GCFM? So you're wondering perhaps during our discussion that the difference rather between the GCF and GCM. So let's see later. Sorry. The next one, what is common monomial factoring? Again, what is common monomial factoring? So I want you to take down note of that so that you will not forget it. Another question that I want you to answer in this video discussion, how to factor polynomial expression. So how to factor polynomial expression. So using common monomial factoring. So these are the guide questions that I want you to remember during the discussion that we have in this video. So I guess you are now ready. You are all excited. I can see it. I can feel it. I can feel the spirit in you. Okay. So now, let's talk about first factoring, or the terminologies, basic terminologies in this video discussion. The first term that I want you to be familiar of in this video is about factoring polynomials. What do you mean by factoring polynomials? So if you have idea, then you can just compare your idea to the idea or to the definition posted on the screen. So as you can see, when we say factoring polynomials, as mentioned there, it is finding two or more factors of a polynomial. So once you are going to get or look for the factors of a polynomial, then you are referring to factoring polynomials. So I want you to remember that one. That's the first term. Again, factoring polynomials. The second term that I want you to learn in this topic or in this video is about greatest common factor. So remember in the first guide question, what is GCF? So GCF means the greatest common factor. So what is the greatest common factor? Let's see. It is having the greatest numerical factor, and with variables having the least degree. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience, for the noise outside. Again, when we say greatest common factor class, or GCF, it means having the greatest numerical factor and with variables having the least degree. So I want you to highlight, or I want you to remember the words that I will highlight: the greatest numerical factor and also the variables having least degree. So in short, class, when we say greatest common factor for numerical values, we just get the greatest numerical factor when we are referring to a number. So later, if we are, or shall I say, if we refer it or connect it to a polynomial, then we will include the variables. As stated there, variables having the least degree, the smallest degree, that is considered as the greatest common factor in monomial. Okay? Later, I will emphasize that one. So remember the meaning, the basic terminologies. So again, greatest common factor, that is the GCF. Okay, lastly, the common monomial factoring. So what is a common monomial factoring? So I want you also to remember and develop the concept or define what is a common monomial factoring. So it is being defined there. It is finding the GCF. Again, when we say common monomial factoring class, you are going to find the GCF. Oh, so sorry. Finding the GCF. This one. Okay, I'll change the color first. It's color red. Okay. Finding the GCF of two or more factors. Again, two or more factors. Divide each term with the GCF, put the quotient inside the parentheses, and put the GCF outside the grouping symbol as a multiplier rather. So it sounds like complicated, right? The definition. So in other way around, when we say common monomial factoring, it is a form of factoring when you look at their common factors. So that's why we call it common monomial factoring. So in a polynomial or binomials or trinomials, if they have common factors, then you can apply the common monomial factoring as long as they have a common factor or common factors. Again, when we say common monomial factoring, what does it mean? It is finding the GCF or finding the common factors of our polynomial expressions when we try to factor them or when we try to factor the expression. So I want you to remember that one. Again, that basic terminologies that I want you to remember in this video discussion is the first one, factoring polynomials. The second one, we have the greatest common factor or the GCF. The third one is the common monomial factoring. So common monomial factoring. So now let's go over to our next topic. Not next topic, next slide rather. So finding the greatest common factor. So we mentioned a while ago in our guide questions that we have to know or determine what is GCF, and we identify what is a GCF, a greatest common factor. Another thing also in our guide questions, we are trying to recall our elementary days about how we get or how we find the greatest common factor. Are you ready? So let's see. So this is the rule. This is the process or step. The greatest common factor or the GCF of two or more numbers is the greatest, or shall I say biggest number that is a factor of both numbers. Again, the GCF, oh so sorry, what's happening to my mouse for a while. I'll change again the color. So the greatest common factor, when we say the greatest common factor, that is the GCF. The greatest common factor of two or more numbers is the greatest, or shall I say biggest number that is a factor of both numbers. We defined a while ago that the greatest common factor is the greatest number or biggest number that is a factor of both numbers. Take down note. Same factor of both numbers. The biggest number that is a factor of both numbers. That is how we find or how we determine the greatest common factor. The biggest number that is a factor of both numbers. So, do not forget it. There are two methods for finding the GCF. Again, there are two ways or methods on how you get or find the GCF. So what are these two methods, sir? The first one is we can use the listing the factors. Again, we can use the listing the factors rather. The second one The second one, you can use the ladder or using the ladder. Again, there are two methods of for finding the GCF. The first one is listing the factors. The first one rather is the listing the factors. The second one is using the ladder. So let's go to the list method. How do we do or how do we find the greatest common factor using the list method? So list the factors of both numbers. That's the first step. Again, first step, list the factors of both numbers. Second, circle all the factors that they have in common. Again, circle all the factors that they have in common. And then the third one is the GCF is the biggest number that appears on both lists. Again, the first step, list all the factors of both numbers. The second one, circle the factors that they have in common. The third one is, what is the common factor that they have the greatest or the biggest number that appears on both lists will be our GCF. Do not forget that one. Again, list first all the factors of both numbers. Second one, you can encircle the factors that they have in common. And the third one, the biggest number that appears in both lists will be our GCF or the greatest common factor. That's how we get the greatest common factor using the list method. Okay? So I know you are familiar with this one because this is the basic, the manual method that we used to do. Okay? Let's have an examples. Examples, we are going to make a list to find the GCF of 18 and 30. So how do we use the list method? To find the GCF of 18 and 30, then you have it there. Of course, the first step, list all the factors of both numbers. So 18, the factors of 18 could be 1, or list all the multiples of 18, or it can divide by 18. We have 1, it lacks here 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. So next, for 30, we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. So as you can see. Then, after that, we will look at their common factors. Their common factors are 2, 3, and 6. 2, 3, and 6. But we are going to look for the biggest common factor, which is 6. So since 6 is their biggest number or biggest factor in common of both 18 and 30, therefore, their greatest common factor is what? 6, exactly. So the GCF of 18 and 30 is 6. Since 6 appears the biggest number of factor that we have in 18 and in numbers 18 and 30. In the number rather 18 and 30. Okay? So I hope you can follow. So that was the list method. So the next is we call it for a while. The next is we have the ladder method, as I mentioned a while ago. So how do we do the ladder method in finding the GCF of the numbers or two or more numbers? The first one or first step is we have to draw upside down division box. Again, draw upside down division box rather. So the second one, the second step or step number 2, find a common factor. And step number 3, keep factoring until no common factor exists. And lastly, multiply numbers on the left side. So again, remember the methods or the steps in doing the ladder method in looking or finding for your greatest common factor. The first one again, draw upside down division box. So draw a division box. And then the second one, find a common factor. Then next, keep factoring until no common factor exists. And then lastly, multiply numbers on the left side, okay? Take down note. Are you ready for an example? Okay, This is an example using a ladder method rather to um, to find the GCF of 27 and 36. Again, we use the ladder method to find the GCF of 27 and 36. So, write 27 and 36. This is the division, the green one, this color, the division box. So, you have 27 and 36. Find the common factor of 27 and 36 divisible by 3. Then reduce. 27 divided by 3 is 9. Then 36 divided by 3 is 12. So since we can still look for another or common factor between 9 and 12, then we have it 3 in the left on the left side. So we have it 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 is divided by 3 is 4. That's why we have, what I mean is, since 3 and 4 are already or cannot be divided anymore by any number, therefore we just ended up in here. Okay, we just ended up in here. So after, lastly, what do? We will multiply the left side. We have 3 times 3. That's why we have it 3 times 3 is 9. Therefore, the GCF is 9. So easy, right? Okay, so I want you to remember. So I introduced the two methods or two steps, not two steps, I mean two ways or two methods in getting or in finding the GCF or the greatest common factor of two numbers. Okay? Two or more numbers rather. So this time, since we are in grade 7, grade 8 rather already, so we are going to relate the concept of the GCF to our topic, which is polynomial. So how do we factor polynomials? How do we, actually there are several ways on how we factor polynomials. There are several or many ways, but we will be focusing in this video, or we will focus in this video about factoring polynomials using a common monomial factoring. So again, based on the definition that we mentioned a while ago, we consider or we use the concept of GCF in factoring polynomials using a common monomial factoring. So let me remind you with the guide questions that I mentioned a while ago. We mentioned there the difference between GCF and GCMF. When we say GCF, that means greatest common factor. When we say GCMF, that is greatest common monomial factor. So what's the difference between the two? GCF is intended only for numbers. Okay, that is a general term for finding the greatest common factor of two numbers or two or more numbers. Okay, in algebra. While common mono while greatest common monomial factor is intended for factoring polynomials, most specifically the monomials, okay? Getting the monomial factor out of the expression of our polynomial. That is the difference between the GCF and GCMF. Sorry. Okay, so now how do we factor out GCMF? From the word itself, greatest common monomial factor, meaning to say we are going to get the factor or the common monomial factor of the expressions that we have. So let's define first how we consider the word factor completely. What do you mean by factor completely? That means to express, class, that means to express as the product of prime factors. Sorry. So again, when can we say that the expression is factored completely? We can only say that the expression is factored completely when the product or when the expression expressed already as the product of prime factors. What do you mean by prime factors? It cannot be factored anymore. So that's the time we can say that the factor or that the expression rather, the expression is factored completely when the expression is expressed as the product of prime factors. Okay? So I want you to remember that one because some students will be confused about when to stop getting the factor of an expression. You can stop when it is factored completely. What's the clue? When the expression expressed already as the product of prime factors, meaning it cannot be factored anymore. That's the time you can say that you have already your final answer and the expression is already in factored form or factored completely already. Okay? So I hope you'll be able to remember that one. So now, example, factor completely 24. So we have to factor 24 as or express it in a long notation form as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, as you can see there. This one, 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Then what's next? Okay, so we have it 24, 6, and 4. And then under 6, you can factor it as 2 and 3. And then using, again, we're using prime factorization. So we have it for 4, factors of 4, we have it 2 and 2. So meaning to say, the factored form of 24 is to this one, the one that I box. Sorry, this one. This one is already the complete factor or factored completely of of 24, number 24. Again, 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 is a factored form of 24. We can say it's already factored completely since the factors are expressed as a product of prime factors. So you can use the tree diagram, this one, in factoring 24. Okay? So now, I want you to try this one. We will try to relate now the factoring or factoring out of GCMF in a polynomial expression. So let's try to do the examples that we have here. Your task is factor the following expression completely. You have 5x squared and 14x squared y cubed. So now let's factor. So at first we are going to factor what was the first one, the given? The first given is 5x squared. So it's already factored of 4 yeah, x times 5x. We will we will do this one, not the other one. Okay, this one. GCF, factor 12 and 18. So the GCF or the greatest common factor of 12 and 18 is 6, correct? Do you have the same answer? Yes, you have. So using the list method, as we mentioned a while ago, and also the other one, the two methods, right? So the GCF of 12 and 18 is 6. So here is now the common monomial factoring or greatest common monomial factor. So how to find the GCF of 12x to the power of 4y cubed and 18xy to the power of 5? So first, we are going to find the common factors or the GCF of the number 12 and 18. We found out a while ago. So the GCF of, for a while, the GCF of 12 and 18 is 6. So the greatest common factor of x to the power of 4 and x is x. Why x, sir? Remember, for getting the greatest common factor of a variable, the least degree is considered as the factor or as the greatest common factor of the variable. Again, I'll repeat, to find the GCF of a variable, you are going to consider the common or the least degree or least exponent of the variable. Since x to the power of 1 is smaller than x to the power of 4, I'm talking about their exponents. So the GCF of x to the power of 4 and x is x. And what about y cubed and y to the power of 5? What is the GCF? Which one has the least degree? Correct, the y cubed. Therefore, y cubed um, is the GCF of y cubed and y to the power of 5. Okay? So I hope you can follow. Therefore, we can say, class, that the GCF of 12x to the power of 4 y cubed and 18yx to the 18xy to the power of 5 is 6x, sorry, 6xy cubed. So this is their GCF. I hope you can follow. So, meaning to say, class, as a definition of the greatest common monomial factor, we can say that the greatest common monomial factor is the greatest monomial that is a factor will divide evenly into of all the given monomials. So meaning to say, the greatest common monomial, this is the greatest common monomial factor. Again, that means it can divide the what? It can divide evenly to our monomial expressions. This one, it can divide this, and it can also divide this monomial or expression. Okay? So that is the use of of the greatest common monomial factor. So you know what, class? It's just easy. You will just get their common factors. For numbers, of course, the greatest common factor, that is their GCF for the common monomial. The second one is, again, we are still getting the GCMF. We are not yet doing the common monomial factoring. We will be using this one in factoring in factoring expressions using common monomial factoring. Okay? So we will just end our discussion in here in getting the greatest common monomial factor. Again, how to get it? First, you have to find the GCF of their numerical coefficients, just like 12 and 18. That's why we have 6. And second, step number 2, for variables, you can get the smallest degree, or having the smallest of exponent in our variables or base. So x to the power of 4 and x, so we have, that's why we have x as our GCF. Just like also y cubed and y to the power of 5. We choose y cubed since it has smallest degree. So that's how you get the greatest common monomial factor in before we factor or we go to common monomial factoring. So in our next video, we will discuss about common monomial factoring. So I hope you got the concept of the GCF and the GCMF. Okay, so this is the part 1 of our discussion about common monomial factoring. Again, we are not yet doing the common monomial factoring here. We are just getting the greatest common factor and then the greatest common monomial factor. So I hope everybody grasp the concept. So I hope you will still continue to subscribe. Subscribe my channel if you want to learn more. And if you want me to discuss something, you can request and just post it on the comment section. And you can also like and share my page. That's all for today. Thank you so much for listening. So have a great day, everyone. So that's it. Thank you, Mom Gonzalez, for letting me discuss or giving me the opportunity to share my knowledge to the students or grade 8 students. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel.